True story. So how my car was stolen at gunpoint in 2013 and 2013. So I went for I traveled for a company function to Port Harcourt. We'll call it QBR, so quarterly business review. So it's usually a 2 days, 2 or 3 days meeting. So while I was in the meeting, there's this friend, she kept on calling, where are you? When are you coming back? And stuff like that. I didn't see it as anything so when I eventually rounded up with the meeting and drove back to a bar, you know, and I called, okay, I'm in a bar now. So we met, hung out, and I usually fill my tank. Like when I'm buying gas, I fill my tank. Even till now, it's a habit I got from my dad. I always fill my tank. Probably because Nigeria is not predictable. You understand? So most times we have fuel scarcity. So even till date, almost it's a habit I've cultivated. I fill my tank all the time. So eventually I came back, I filled my tank, bought additional 10 liters in a container for my generator. So I was going to drop off that friend, right? Somewhere around Omenazo. If you're an Aba person, you know where Omenazo is. And my house too is quite close to the Omenazo. So the road to her house, it's bad, pretty bad. So you go really slow. I was using a Camry then, Toyota Camry 2002. Yeah, 2002 Toyota Camry. The one they call seven hands. So I was driving, one keke now passed me. It's a bad road, So the keke passed me. There were four guys in the keke. I didn't think of anything. This thing was around 7 p.m. I didn't see it as anything. So the keke passed me, and I continued. Usually, I drop her off in front of her house. That's the usual place I drop her off. But that day, this lady insisted I should drop her off somewhere around the junction. I didn't have anything in mind, so okay, that's fine. So I just stopped at the junction, and the car was still steaming, but it was on park, and we were exchanging pleasantries. Next thing I saw, the keke that keke that passed me that time, it just double crossed me. That's in the four of them, the four guys. There were four guys in the keke, plus the keke guy. That makes them five, plus the person driving the keke. So the four guys jumped down, and they all took one. They stood at the doors, the four doors of the car, and ordered me to open the door because the door was locked. Recent cars, once you put it on drive, it automatically locks. But the car was still steaming. So two things came to my mind. Should I zoom off? Zooming off means I have to put the car in drive, and do you understand? Because it was still steaming. Secondly, the road, that place is bad. Like the road is very bad. There's no how I will zoom off. Thirdly, what if they shoot? Do you understand? What if I try to, and the guy, because he was pointing his pew-pew, to me through the window. So I thought of it. I beg. I have comprehensive insurance. Why would I want to risk my life? So I opened the door and, came down. They took my phone from me. Now that phone paid me pass. It was Samsung. Then I was crazy about Samsung. I was always changing my Samsung. Samsung, was it X5? I think it was X5. Yes, I be X4, either X4 or X5. It was the latest Samsung X series then. It was the latest X series then. X5 or X4. So I just got it. It was less than a week I just got that phone. And I've not finished paying for it. Because the place I usually get it from, I pay in 3 installments. Do you understand? I give them post-dated check. So I just made the first installment. I'm still owing about 2 or 3 installments. That was why it was really painful, because I had to pay for what I didn't use. And it was less than a week old. And of course, the phone wasn't insured. The car was insured, but the phone wasn't. So, they searched me, took my phone, took my wallet, took everything I had on me, pointed the pew-pew at me, and told me to start running. So I ran. Already the lady I was carrying, when they came, because she was opening the door, when they came. So she just dropped her phone and ran into one compound there. So I started running. They entered my car, and drove off. The keke followed after them. The keke followed behind them. So they were all together. Till date, I felt that lady knew something about that robbery. I don't know. But the fact that she told me I usually drop you off in front of your compound, but that day she insisted I drop her off somewhere else at the junction. So I don't know, but that's not the story anyway. So I had to go to a friend's house because I had nothing. It was weekend. It was a Friday evening. It was around 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. They've taken my wallet, my ATM cards, everything. I couldn't withdraw money. It was weekend. So I went to a friend's house close. I trekked to the friend's house, Namdi, close to the place, told him he was the one that gave me money, or he drove me, I can't remember, to the police station. And I reported the case, same day. And I told the police what happened. Usually the police, what they were supposed to do to radio, and probably, those are the checkpoints will get the guys. But unfortunately, they asked that I open a case file, deposit money. Was it 10,000? Either 10,000 or 5,000? I think it was 10,000. 10,000 to open a case file. And I told them, I can give you the money, later, or maybe on Monday. Just go ahead and do it. I don't have my ATM card. I don't have cash. I can't withdraw money until Monday. And these guys refused, though. They didn't open the case file. They didn't radio anything. So I had to leave and came back on Monday to finally pay the 10 grand and open the case file. But of course, they would have gotten to where they were going to, because I had a full tank. I had additional 10 liters that I bought for my generator in the boot. So if they drive, stop that for road, they could just carry the 10 liter points. Yeah, so that was how the car was stolen. Thank God I had comprehensive insurance. I reported the case, and usually it takes 3 months for investigation and stuff like that. And yeah, insurance investigated, and after, I think it was the second month, I was paid, for my car that was stolen. Yeah, true story. It was a terrible experience. It was, I think, like a few days later, I got a call from someone. He said he saw my items. He saw my complimentary card. Because what they did, everything in the car, I had lots of, my complimentary card was in the car, in the pigeonhole. So they disposed it, they threw it out. So it was scattered, all my things, my ID card, my driver's license, it was scattered. So somebody saw it and called the number on the complimentary card. I went to my then colleague, somewhere around Obo Hill. The car was snatched at Omenazu, Fox Road, Aba. They found those items, my items that they disposed in somewhere in Obo Hill. Yeah, so that car was never found. Yeah, and I loved that car like crazy. Yeah, beautiful car. Very reliable. Yeah, that was how my car was snatched at gunpoint in 2013. True story.